More and more people are willing to discover the wonderful treasuries of Indian traditions. But all of them are in a language called Sanskrit. And often this might be an obstacle. So here I would like to explain why a Sanskrit philosophical text is not just any text. A Sanskrit philosophical text is not simply something to decode intellectually. It asks for a different kind of attention. They have very few words, but they are very dense. And so to read them is not just to receive infos in a passive way. Rather, it means to unpack, just like you would put a sweet in your mouth, and you don't just swallow it at once. You give it time to unfold, to dissolve, to spread itself, to manifest into your experience. So this is a traditional example. Abhinavagupta, the highest authority in the traditions of Kashmir Shaivism and non-dual Tantra, gives this example. Let's imagine we have someone who is drinking wine, red wine, which was a specialty of Kashmir 1,000 years ago, in the golden age of these non-dual Tantra traditions. So that person is drinking a glass of very fine, the finest red wine available, a luxury. But if that person does not know what this wine is, and if that person is just thirsty and just eager to drink, to quench his thirst, well then, that person for sure won't enjoy that wine the same way. This is the wrong attitude. This is the wrong attitude. If we do this with Sanskrit texts, just like we would scroll on our mobile without awareness, without tasting what appears, what is given to us, well then, we are just looking for fast and easy satisfactions, and so our satisfaction will remain superficial. It will just remain like a faint painting that will not hold on with time through all the trials and accidents of life. And now imagine another person who has been educated, who knows about red wine, and who is well read about the different levels of quality of wines. And so when that person, when she sips into that glass, her experience is radically different. It's just another world, because then that person fully tastes and let herself be transformed by that drink, by that drinking experience. And for this, there is a very, very fine word in Sanskrit, which is maybe the most important word in this non-dual Tantra. It's a Sanskrit word, chamatkara. Chamatkara. It means literally to make the sound chamat. Chamat is the sound of the tongue when you enjoy some food or some drink, like a kind of slurp or an exclamation of pleasure, of bliss, when you enjoy some good wine, good meat, or whatever, good food, or good even poetry or music. And even, and this is the special teaching of non-dual Tantra, even when you enjoy anything, just when you enjoy being alive, this can be chamatkara. But to fully enjoy with wonder and a full sense of appreciation and a fullness of the feeling, you need information. You need to educate yourself, because taste is something that is innate, but that requires also to be nourished, and nourished with the best foods and drinks and the best teachings of all. So you see, reading or listening, shravana, is not just some secondary practice, is not intellectual practice. It's an embodied practice. It very much depends on your posture, how you read, how you listen, what is your whole body attitude, what is your breath. And so it is a real transmission. It is called adhyaya. Swadhyaya it can be if you read alone. It means to study, and it means also to cultivate yourself. It's a form of samskara, that is a form of self refinement. So there is another thing then, is that the text points to, and this I have already pointed to in several videos. So you read slowly. Better to read one shloka, or even half a shloka, or even a quarter of a shloka, that is of a verse, rather than reading pages and pages without paying attention, without this full engagement. And this in Sanskrit is called charcha. It means also to taste, or like a cow who is taking her time to masticate the grass. And it means anveshana, to look at with very, very, very intense attention. So you come back again and again, abhyasa, again, bhuya bhuya, again and again, and you let it vibrate in your whole being. So this is also why such texts are difficult to approach alone, and the traditional commentary is completely able to transform the way a verse is understood. And this is what, if you're interested, is announced just below.